In this video, we're going to go over the very basics of how to use an Arduino. The nice part about Arduino is that it is very easy to use and very flexible, reasonably powerful, and it's very popular among hobbyists and educational purposes and that sort of thing. And because of that, there is an enormous amount of resources online to go and learn more about how the Arduino works and what you can do with it. Now, to get started, you can go to arduino.cc and find out a lot more about Arduinos. There you can buy your own Arduino if you want your own. You can download the software to program the Arduino. They have a pretty nice integrated development environment. And you can find out more about the products that they have. In particular, you can find out about the Arduino Uno, which is the Arduino that we are going to be using in our labs. The Arduino Uno is based on the Atmega 328 microprocessor, and the board is basically pre-wired for us. We have 13 different digital pins on this side, and digital pins can be used for either digital input or digital output. We have 6 analog pins on this side, and those can be used for determining analog voltages as inputs, and then a set of other pins, for example, 5-volt power supply, reset switch, and grounds in this bank here. So assuming that you've gone to the website and installed the software that you need, we are going to we're going to work through an example here and show you how the very basics of Arduino programming works. So the basic unit of an Arduino program is called the Sketch. And the nice part about the Arduino IDE, which we see here, is that it comes pre-installed with a ton of example sketches. Everything from basics, making an LED flash on and off, to different kinds of sensors, to Ethernet connections, to controlling servo motors and steppo motors, and all kinds of things that we will touch on in this class or perhaps in mechatronics. So assuming you've gone to the website and installed the software, you can then connect your Arduino with the supplied USB cable and begin programming. Here we're going to demonstrate we're going to make the LED light blink on and off, which is kind of the Arduino equivalent of a Hello World program. And so to do that, I'm going to call up our picture of the Arduino here and show you the circuit that we're going to use. We're going to drive our LED from digital pin 13. Within our sketch, we'll be able to alternately set it high and low, meaning 5 volts to 0 volts, back to 5 volts, etc. But 5 volts is too much for our LED. We'll end up running far too much current through it, so we'll put a 330 ohm resistor in series with our LED and then run the circuit back to ground. Now I've created the circuit here in the breadboard. You can see the red wire is going to go to pin 13 and the black wire is going to go to ground, and I have my 330 ohm resistor in series here with my LED. Okay, so we will go to our Arduino sketch here. We will open up the example called Blink. And let's take a look real quick at the basic structure of an Arduino program, an Arduino sketch. Programming in Arduino is very much like programming in C++. Arduino comes with a bunch of libraries. You can create classes and objects. You can write more procedural like you would with just straight C, which is a common way to write in Arduino. Often your sketches are only 20, 30, 40 lines of code just to do something fairly basic. The biggest difference is that when you program in C++, the entry point into your program is always a function called main, and main runs once, and if you're done with everything when you get to the end of main, then the program exits. Arduino is a little bit different. We have two functions that we need to define. One is called setup, and that runs once at the beginning of your program whenever you reset the Arduino or upload a new code. And then another one called loop. And loop runs over and over and over again as long as the system is powered. So it's a little bit different because it never really shuts off unless you unplug it. So what this program is going to do is we first declare a pin number 13, which is one of the digital pins. We'll give it a name. We'll call it LED. We declare that pin as an output pin because you have to declare your digital pins as either input or output. And then we're going to use this command called digital write, which sets the voltage on pin 13 on our pin to high, which is 5 volts. Wait 1 second, set it to low, which is 0 volts, wait another second, and then it will just loop over and over and over again. So we'll plug in our USB cable to our Arduino. We will put our power into pin 13 right here. And we'll put ground into, there are 3 ground pins, so I'll just choose this one over here for no reason. And then we can go back to our sketch here, and you can compile it and then upload it, or you can just hit upload and it will both compile it and upload it all at once. And some things flash as it's communicating, and then we see that indeed our LED is blinking on and off every second. So the Arduino kits that we have in our lab, we bought from SparkFun, and it's called the SparkFun Inventors Kit, and it came with the Arduino and a breadboard and all kinds of different sensors and actuators, most of which, none of which are terribly fancy, but enough to learn how to use it. And the best part is that it came with this little booklet here, which I can't really show very well. There we go. Which has 15 to 20 tutorials in it, all using a different piece of the Inventor's Kit. It starts off with Blink, just like this, and works its way up through controlling a servo, making music with a piezo element, using push buttons, and so forth. So I'm not going to make a substantial number of videos for how to use Arduino in general because we have plenty of tutorials and plenty of resources for that. I will show how to use Arduino for acquiring data from, for example, an ultrasonic sensor or something that might not be included in our little SparkFun tutorial set here. Those will be done in another video.